He was working for CIA.
Run.
The only fight you won was the one Afghan fought against Russia.
Shocking.
I voted for President Trump.
I became really into politics after 9/11. Either that means like me too, or like he's like, yeah, I was there. You know? But 9/11 is really what pulled me into politics, and I know that wasn't their intention. But I was a teenager when 9/11 happened. I was terrified. Like watching the whole thing was scary. I didn't even want to go outside. And so when I chose my career, I decided to do something where I could work from home. Isn't that ironic? 9/11 gave me an inside job. I became so hyper aware of politics that when the United States invaded Afghanistan, I was so paranoid about what was going to happen and I wanted it to stop that I started literally counting the days that we were in Afghanistan on my wall in my room. I would literally mark on the wall every single day that we were occupying Afghanistan. So you can imagine, after a few years, my wall was quite filled. I had to start making the tally smaller and smaller and smaller. And now, fast forward, 20 years later, I'm still living in my mom's house. And this whole time she'd been asking me, she's like, Sam, you gotta stop making those marks on your wall. You're ruining my wall. I was like, Mom, we gotta get out of Afghanistan. We gotta get out. And so flash forward 20 years later, it's 2021. I'm still living in my mom's house and my wall is just full. And one day she just busts into my room and she's like, all right, enough's enough. You're gonna stop making marks on the wall. And I was like, well, it actually works out because Biden just pulled out of Afghanistan, which happened in August 2021. Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, not gracefully, might I add. It was his worst pullout fail since Hunter. And it was so ironic, the timing. That was the day my mom was like, enough is enough. You're not counting on the wall anymore. The same day that Afghanistan became reoccupied, not by us this time, that my mom said, no more marking on the wall. It was the Taliban. That joke was 25 years in the making. I went through 2 Sharpies for that joke. There was a shooting last week. I know you're like, which one? It's America. There was a shooting in DC last week. 2 National Guard members were shot. I'm not gonna make jokes about them. That would be crazy. I'm simply gonna make jokes about literally everyone else. That's how you do comedy correctly. And so 2 National Guard members were shot in DC. And I don't know how much you know about the situation, but the National Guard shooter had ties to the CIA. Shocking! What a surprise. Every time somebody has ties, does everybody know the CIA except me? Osama bin Laden had ties to the CIA. Tyler Robinson had ties to the CIA. The CIA has ties to the CIA. Like, what happened to keeping the intelligence central? The shooter worked directly with the CIA. That should be the headline of every media coverage of this, but yet it's not because the media has ties to the CIA. So the suspect, and I'm not gonna say his name because I can't pronounce it, came here to the United States under a program called Operation Allies Welcome, which sounds like a cafe in Portland. And under this program, the United States government worked with Afghan nationals to fight Al-Qaeda. Now, if you're not familiar with Al-Qaeda, it's an organization that if you work your way high up enough, you can be invited to the White House. And shoot hoops after. You know, like, ooh, that was a 3, pretty good, man. I learned that in ISIS. Talking about Jelani, don't worry about it. The suspect was part of a specific group called the Zero Unit, which is like 50 Cent's G Unit, but less self-esteem. And it was basically like a death squad. It was like a cluster of operations. They were there to kill people on behalf of the CIA. They saw a lot of horrible shit. Things that we will probably never know because it'll never be fully declassified. The suspect was recruited by the CIA at 15 years old. And I can tell you, independent of race, it is never a good idea to hire a 15-year-old, okay? Like, wait till 16 at least. Nothing ever good comes from hiring a 15-year-old. Just ask Jeffrey Epstein, who also had ties to the CIA. Release the files, man. I'm just saying, there's a lot of factors going into this story. Now, the suspect was allowed to come to the United States in 2021 under Joe Biden, because obviously he wasn't paying attention. But he was granted asylum under Trump, because as we know, Trump loves the Habibis. There's a lot of things weird about this story. They say that the suspect drove to DC from Washington State. Yes, it's like the CIA made up a lie but didn't check the work. They're like, oh, there's 2 Washingtons? We should have thought about that before asking ChatGPT. They claimed that he drove all the way from Washington State to Washington, D.C., used a revolver, and allegedly, as he did the shooting, he shouted, Allahu Akbar. Which, for those of you not familiar, that's Arabic for Happy Thanksgiving. Just try to do my best to inform here. That's all. That's literally all I'm doing. So anytime there's an attack on American soil or American troops, you literally have to fact check everything. It's like a game of true or false flag. Mind you, the National Guard should not even have been in D.C. The reason why the National Guard was in D.C. at this time is because Elon has a friend named Big Balls who got jumped one night outside of his car in D.C. by guess who? Some 15-year-olds. Yes, were they also recruited by the CIA? Was it the CIA youth jumping program? And so this is a real story, but I feel like some of you look at me like, what is he even talking? Elon has a friend named Big Balls who worked for Doge. And Big Balls got jumped by a bunch of teenagers, so how big can they be? And this all happened in August in D.C. So then Trump, AKA Small Balls, was like, call the National Guard! Big Balls under attack! And so they summoned the National Guard. And you have personal accounts of a lot of people who work for the National Guard saying, like, I don't know why we're here. That was what a lot of people have been saying. Very tragically, 2 individuals who work for the National Guard were shot. One has survived, one has passed away. And when Trump was asked if he's going to attend her funeral in West Virginia, he gave a very presidential response. He said, I won West Virginia by a landslide. Like, that's probably not the best response. It's just so sad. Not only just 2 people died here, but people who were called for no reason to be there. The woman who was killed, her name is Sarah Beckstrom. And the reason I know this is because I Googled her name to look up who she was. I wanted to know who was this person whose life was taken by this incident. And while I was Googling her, I then noticed, very strangely, her name also happened to be searched 2 days before she was murdered. Her name was searched on Google 25 times in a specific country. Can anybody guess what country it is? No, it's Honduras, guys. What are you talking about? I'm kidding, it's Israel. Are you guys psychic? Yeah, I should have said, hint, it's an ethno-state. Sarah Beckstrom's name was searched in Israel 2 days before she was shot. 25 times. You use Google Trends. You can use it to see when something was searched on Google, and you can even see where it was searched. And so naturally, people were like, let's see if this is searched in Israel. It's sad that we have to get to that point nowadays. But if you look up Sarah Beckstrom, you see that she was widely searched the day after she was shot, because obviously she was a national headline, but then she was also searched 25 times 2 days before she was shot, and that was it. That was it. Now, when somebody is searched, after the shot, it totally makes sense. If somebody searched before they're shot, either they have an X in that country, or perhaps that country may have something to do with the murder. And I'm not making fun of this tragedy. I think it's horrific. This woman was 20 years old. 20 years old. And I know that's way too young. And also atypically old for an Israel victim, but this is just too weird that you see her name searched 2 days before. And it would be one thing if this was just an isolated incident. I don't know if you're familiar with Charlie Kirk. A bunch of people involved in the whole Charlie Kirk scandal were searched prior to Charlie's murder. For instance, Tyler Robinson was searched many times in Israel a few months before he became the shooter. The doctors at the hospital who were essentially said to have treated Charlie Kirk were searched a number of times, a few months before the shooting in Israel. And there's so many examples, you can look them up. Just basically bookmark Google Trends and regularly check to see if your name is searched in Israel. And if you see your name searched in Israel, run, dude, just run. The suspect, his name was searched in the United States and a few other countries that exact same day, a couple hours before the shooting. So somebody knows something, is what I'm saying. And, you know, I'm open to buying the narrative that this was just a guy who suffered a lot of mental health issues after everything he did in Afghanistan and coming here, and mental illness and mental health. I'm totally willing to accept all of that. And this is a horrible thing he did, and it was a tragedy. This woman was shot, and I'm willing to accept that that's the explanation. But I'm inclined to believe, based on the evidence, that something bigger is going on here. But even if it's just that this guy, as Trump said, went cuckoo, we know who's to blame. It's the United States government, dude. The United States government still takes the blame for this. And I'm tired of this. You're getting caught now because we have TikTok, we have Google Trends, okay? You're getting caught too much, okay? And the up thing is they called out the National Guard to protect them in DC, and they completely failed them, and they're getting caught. They're getting caught in a lie because we can use the internet. Yeah, you got caught slipping. Mind I say, you let your guard down. Because we know the CIA works with Mossad all the time. Actually, CIA stands for Can't Israel Assassinate? Yeah, I wrote some jokes, okay? And so now you have Kristi Noem saying this shooter was radicalized. Like, don't bring math into this, first of all. That he was radicalized here in the United States. Are you telling me that we're mentally safer in Afghanistan? Like, what the are you saying? The irony here is no matter what happened, the symbolism is there. We are literally sacrificing the people who are defending us, the people who are brave enough to protect us, because we are starting these wars and invading other countries. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's at the point where it's too much, it's in our face, and we need to get the out of every country that we have any involvement in. We need to get the out, and it needs to start today. It needs to start today. What's that? Oh, we're in Venezuela? Oh. Mom, hand me the Sharpie! We're basically going to war in Venezuela now. There's a lot of theories on why, but it's the oil. It's like we invaded the Middle East for oil, we're invading Venezuela now for oil. It's like, why do you guys like oil so much? What are you, P. Diddy? Yes, please, tell. Oh, you want to come up here? Operation Allies Welcome. Operation. Can we have a quick vetting process, though? A quick vetting process? Okay, good, fantastic. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for coming to the show. Sir, please state your name for the audience. We're good.
Okay. Mir Sahibi from Afghanistan. I was in medical college when the U.S. came to Afghanistan. The title was to fight against terrorism. I was young, energetic, and I started working with the U.S. So I finished my medical college. They gave me a special immigration visa. I come to the U.S. When I found out that I have to do everything all over again, I went back. It was 2016. So one of the guys that I was working with in military, he looked at me, he's like, Mir, what you doing here? We heard you went to US. I said, yeah, I went. I found out that I have to do everything all over again. I came back. He's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, why? He's like, one day we will be leaving, and we will be leaving everything for Taliban. You and your family will be struggling and will have no way to leave, and they will kill you because of working with us. So anyhow, I find my way to start finding a job, working in plastic surgery, general orthopedic, spine. One of our great spine surgeons sitting there. So anyhow, so I started Support Palestine. So they asked me that, Mir, you work with Americans and now you support Palestine. And my logic was, I said, yeah, when you guys come to Afghanistan, the title was very interesting, Fight Against Terrorism. So I joined and I work with you guys. I saw it was the right thing I did, and I'm here. Now I see it's a genocide going on, and that's wrong, and I am with Palestine. And I stand. A couple weeks ago when Mandani won the election, he went to the White House, and very greeting from the President Trump. I'm sorry, I voted for President Trump.
Hold on a second. Wait, 2016 or 2020 or both?
No, this last time. So I thought.
He's like 2028, only 2028.
I said, if I was him, and I was rich, and I don't need anything. I just want my name in the history. I will bring peace everywhere, and I will do my best to finish the wars. So long story short, so a couple days ago, I'm sorry for what I did. I voted for him. So anyhow, so yeah, I was wrong. So then, couple days ago, when this happened, I wake up in the morning to go to the hospital for healthcare worker. It doesn't matter if you are a Jewish, Christian, atheist, black, white, whatever nationality, race, when you go to the hospital, you want to give the best service for your patient. You want to do the best. So I go there, and everybody is asking me, Mir, what about this shooting? What you and your family will do? We are very deeply concerned, and our prayers are with the family of victims. I have a message for President Trump. I have a message. Do not insult Afghans. Do not insult Afghans. Right now, you're begging Putin to make a peace deal. He's not accepting your deal. Do you remember in the 80s when Afghan was fighting against Russian? The only fight you won was the one Afghan fought against Russia. The only fight. So,
All right, I think that's where I will. All right, guys, just 15 more minutes.
just 1 minute.
One more. Closing argument.
Yes. I said I was working in healthcare. When I come to US, I start working in healthcare. The guy who did this attack, he was working for 10 years for CIA. The question is answered, so I'm not talking more. We have suffered this for 45 years. Nothing to do but just being involved in a proxy wars that we didn't want. We never want. Before 1980, Afghanistan was a pretty country. From all over the world, people were going as a tourist. But now, you just want to use my country name as a business for the political issue? No.
Wow. The irony talking about U.S.-Afghanistan relations, that was quite an arms deal. I love you, Dallas, and I'll be back next year. And until then, keep fighting the good fight. You guys are all fantastic people. I love you. Thank you. It's funny to me how a woman might fake orgasm, pretend like she had an orgasm when she did not to please her partner, whereas a man will do the opposite. A man will pretend like he didn't come when he did. So you have two fake faces going on at the same time. They look very different. One's like, oh yeah, baby, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that feels so good, oh yeah. The other one's like,
Everybody knows you get that full tube of toothpaste from the store, you're like the toothpaste king suddenly. Like, I got so much toothpaste, who wants to have a sleepover? Squirt, 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 squirt. I'm using it as whiteout, you know, I'm shaving with it. I'm cocking things around the house with it, pouring some out for the homies. And then a week later, you're already at like half a tube. You're like, how did that go so fast? That first half goes away in the first week, and that second half, you like save it for 3 months. Floss, though, floss gives you no indication of when it's gonna finish. When a floss is done, it's done. You ever be like, oh, I'm gonna floss today. Actually, just gonna do one tooth. That's all I can do right now. You ever try to floss with that little teeny bit of floss? You get it stuck in your teeth right away. Like, now I got corn and floss in my teeth. There's like a little piece of floss flapping on your lips. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I'm out of floss at home. I gotta get more floss to floss this one out. But when you get that full thing of floss, you got wrapping it on your wrists. You have so much. I put on one bedpost and then the other. I use no hands. Like, zing. I'm making guitar strings out of it. I'm slacklining with it. I'm putting on a board. I'm solving crimes with it. I'm gonna get some toothpaste on the way home. I'm at the end of my tube of toothpaste, but I'm still making it work, right? That's a very human thing. I have a theory that toothpaste lasts forever. You just gotta keep trying, right? Toothpaste doesn't finish, you just give up. That's what it is. I love it, the thrill. Like every day, like, am I even gonna brush today? I don't even know if it's gonna happen. Roll and squeeze, jam the thumb, boom, got it, yes. You gotta have the brush ready to go, because it goes back in the hole like Groundhog Day. You're like, sticking the bristles inside. If you're not laughing right now, you waste toothpaste. That is a problem that you have. You're a toothpaste waster.
It's crazy to think that we were all the best swimmers out of millions. We were the best. I was the alpha sperm of my dad's load. Can you believe that? Me. In this shirt. And I was wearing this shirt. In the set. I was the alpha sperm. Leading the pack. Come on, guys. I'm the leader. You ever have a day you're at the gym, you can't even do 2 push-ups? You were the best option. Wow, you were the best. Your PE coach was giving you, you're like, hey man, I was a fallopian champion in 1983. What? My brothers and sisters died attempting to do what I did, okay? Suicide mission and I survived, right? It was a jihad, man. It was a jizhad. You know what I mean? It was a jizhad. Pineapple juice.
So I grew up in California. My dad grew up in the Middle East, and my mom grew up in the Middle East of Texas. I'm Arab and Texan. My blood is pure oil, okay? Crude and
and sweet, baby. Arab and Texan, I put the y'all in yalla, you know what I'm saying? Yalla means hurry in Arabic. If you learn one word, it's yalla. Go up to an Arab, be like, yalla, yalla. He speaks very good Arabic. He's very good. Yalla, he knows how to say hurry. Very good. It's interesting visiting my Arab family in Texas and seeing the juxtaposition of the cultures, right? The Arab, like they're eating hummus, they're smoking hookah, and then they're watching the Dallas Cowboys score a touchdown on a flat screen TV, just chugging Bud Light, like yalla, 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 yeehaw! Cowboys! Where am I? Texas.
Sammy Obey!
I like to touch my crowd, guys. So I just tested positive for coronavirus, and so sorry, dude. I'm kidding. The results haven't come back yet, but China was amazing.
Does anybody here miss saying bless you when somebody sneezes?
I'm running for president in 2036. Yeah, baby! Obey 2036, yeah. Make America great again, again. Obey 2036, man. I'm studying the candidates now, about to go to a Donald Trump rally. I'm gonna get a lot of FaceTime on the camera, you know? You know, if I go there, that camera's gonna be panning in on me the whole time. Who is this guy supporting Donald Trump? Really? I was just making crazy faces at the camera, like, yo, it's me! Ah! You're fired! You're fired! You're fired! You're fired! Wear a shirt that says Muslims for Trump. Like, who the is this guy, dude? And on the back it says Obey 2036. Make America great again. Again. Yeah. I've done the research. There's something holding this country back, and in 2036, I will abolish completely Mondays from the work week. We don't need them. More people break up on Mondays. More people kill themselves. We're losing our Americans to Mondays, okay? So we're gonna jump straight from Sunday Funday to Taco Tuesday. That's how it's gotta be. And we'll have your Hump Day, your Thirsty Thursday. These will be the official names, you know? And then TGI Friday, and then TGI Friday Part 2. 2 Fridays! That's the secret to success. It's still a work day, but we love them.
I was on the 5. Speed limit's like 70. I was going like 90, and I see these brights shining behind me. It's a big rig truck that wants me to move over to the right lane so he can pass me up. That's the era that we live in, like 90's not fast enough for a big rig. So I'm like, this is a safety hazard. I'm gonna be a hero for once. This involves no confrontation, so it's good, you know? I'm like, I'm just gonna stay put. So I put my phone down, and it's like, I'm gonna do this, you know? I'm just like talking to myself. I'm like, know your lane, bro. Know your lane, you know? He just keeps shining the brights. 10 minutes past, I'm like sweating from the heat. I'm like, know your lane, bro. Know your lane. He gets even closer. The brights get even brighter. I can't take it anymore. I pull over. I'm so mad. I flip him off. He passes me up. I see the truck. It says Amazon Prime. Like, that's how they do it, dude. That's how they do it. Wow. I got happy all of a sudden. My package made it home before I did. That was great.
But people ask me, Sammy, you really gonna be president, man? What do you do about Russia? Isn't Russia like our enemy? Dude, relax, dude. I performed in Russia. In 2016, Sammy Obey, that's me, cha-ching, became the first ever American comedian to headline a show in Russia. True story. You can look it up. You can look it up. There's only been a few Americans who've ever performed there. The first one was Billy Crystal in the late 80s when it was the Soviet Union, so it doesn't count, different country, and he was not invited. He showed up, he did a show for expatriates. It was not the Russian people. Then a couple of friends of mine opened for a British comedian, and then in 2016, Moscow had its first ever comedy festival. Like first ever. Like they're just starting to laugh over there. It's amazing. And who do they want to come headline their first ever comedy festival? The first person they can find on Facebook at 3 a.m. Because I'm up all night looking for work. They messaged me at 3 a.m. like, please come perform in Moscow. I'm like, please don't hurt my family. What is this? Why are the letters backwards? I thought maybe they were going to laugh in reverse, too. I thought they were going to laugh like, I thought they were going to laugh backwards. I didn't know. Russian is a very fast language, right? The translator, I had a translator. He did my set like 5 times the time I did my set once. It was amazing. He did my joke again, made fun of my shirt. It was whatever it did, it killed. It was the best show of my life. Second best to this one. Second best show of my life. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to say that Russia loves me. And I don't want to hurt anyone, but when Russia loves you, you win an election. So I'll see you in 2036, whether you like it or not.
I had a friend recently who was like, yeah, we're living in an era where like bad guys win and good guys lose. I was like, isn't that all of time? Sometimes I do wonder if the world is ending because like the movies, like we were remaking all old movies, you know? Like we've run out of ideas. That's scary. As soon as they make a remake of Dude, Where's My Car? Oh my God, we are done. That's the end.
All right, this is about the time that I went to a traditional Turkish hammam. So I was on vacation in Turkey and a little bit bored, so I was trying to figure out what to do. I look at the guidebook and it says you must go take a bath at a Turkish bathhouse. So I look them up and I decide to go to the most traditional one. Now, traditional means no girls allowed, boys only. So I go in there and this is very traditional. They don't even speak English. They take my money, not sure how much it was, pretty sure I overpaid. They hand me a basket, they point at my clothes, they point at the basket. I know what this means, I'm a pro. This means take your clothes off, put them in the basket. I do exactly what they want, then they tell me to go through a couple doors. I go in, the room is empty, but it's beautiful, it's all marble. Slabs of marble everywhere. I'm improvising here, I just lay down on the marble. 5 minutes goes by, nothing. 10 minutes goes by, finally a man comes in. I go, this is the guy who's gonna bathe me. He looks me up and down, grabs me by the chest hair, and goes, He doesn't like what he sees. He leaves. I'm there by myself to think about what I've done. 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes he comes back. He grabs my chest hair, and this time he's excited. He likes it, I'm ready. Now, the bathing begins. Now, I don't know what kind of bathing this is, but he turns me over, pushes the small of my back, and lifts my leg up super hard. I've never bent this way before, and I start screaming. Except, when I start screaming, he starts screaming. So now we're 2 men screaming in this Turkish bathhouse, just After this is over, he guides me to a fountain and just pushes me into the fountain. I fall down, I'm sitting there, and he pulls out a spout and starts spraying me. But not like Wet Hot American Summer. This is like intense. The water is alternating hot and cold, but not alternating. It's going hot, cold, hot, hot, cold, cold, hot, cold, cold, hot, hot, cold, so you don't know what to expect. He's broken me psychologically. He takes a bar of soap, rubs my face with it, grabs me by the hair, takes a rag, and just starts scrubbing my face like my face is a dish. At this point, I'm destroyed completely, physically, and mentally. I'm his, he can do whatever he wants with me. He takes me into another room, sits me down on a chair, and towels me down, looks me into the face, and I go, he's gonna spit in my mouth, he's gonna punch me, he's gonna kick me in the balls, do whatever you're gonna do. He looks me in the face, and he begins to sing with the most beautiful, angelic voice. He must be a trained singer, and his voice is echoing off the marble walls, and the lyrics are in Turkish, but they sound beautiful. And I looked up the lyrics to that song later, and it's all about rebirth. And I truly believe that I was reborn that day.
I gave him the bath, guys.
This is my bather. Samuel Bather.
No, it should be good.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling the front yard. This is Stephanie. How can I help you?
Hello. We would like to order for takeout, please.
Okay, let me go ahead and transfer you. Hollywood and the unique NoHo art.
You ready, Sam?
All right, this is gonna be good. Who we calling?
I forgot.
For to go.
I'd like some French fries and some pies and some cake. Ice cream, please. With some wings.
Yeah.
Give me all them fixings and things.
Yeah, let me get the freaking fries. I don't even know, cause you know I don't want to deny. Do you guys sell burgers or freaking steak? Because you know my takeout can't be late, yo.
Yeah, I'm hungry as hell. Do you have anything for sale?
You guys like that or?
What was that? What was that?
I said, did y'all write that or? I mean, it wasn't bad.
Hold on. We got our friend Nick that needs to order too. Hold on, go ahead, Nick.
One more.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hey, do you happen to have some tiramisu? Because that would really do me good. I like
yeah.
your food. I got 5 stars on Yelp reviews
Yeah.
about you. You're
These
the
guys are
best,
rapping to me.
and you handsome.
They're
You're the
ordering
most
and they're
handsome.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, what's your name?
Gerald, right now I'm speaking. It's Gerald.
Gerald. Gerald! Oh, Gerald! Oh, Gerald! Oh, Gerald! It's the Gerald! Oh, Gerald! Oh, Gerald!
Hey, Gerald, you on the Wings of Love podcast. You better look
All
this
right.
up before you last. Wings of Love, sexy time. That's what we call all the time. We
Yeah.
call you. We order food. What kind of food do you serve up?
Yeah, Gerald, thank you very much. Oh, damn, we'll freaking keep in touch. Oh, man. Follow us on Instagram at Wings of Love Sexy Time, Gerald.
There you go, Gerald. Yeah, Gerald. Hey, Gerald, are you going to follow us? Are you going to follow us, Gerald?
Follow you guys? No,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Why, Gerald? Why?
He doesn't want to follow 4 dudes.
I know.
Coronavirus is making me racist. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to be a racist person, but the survival instinct in me. I boarded a plane last week, and I had to choose my seats because I fly Southwest. I only have 2 middle seats to choose from in the back of the plane. I'm in the C boarding group, which, if you know, that means I like to sleep in. I look to my right. There's 2 very large gentlemen. Normally, I would avoid that middle seat like the plague. However, I look to my left and I see a woman who's presumably from China. I honestly don't know. And I'm not going to ask her because that's even more racist. Are you Chinese? Have you been to Wuhan? Like, I'm not going to ask her these questions. Is that a Mandarin dialect? Is that Cantonese? Like, I'm not going to ask her. But it's like survival racism. I'm trying to so I'm looking for a minute. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go sit between these 2 Latino gentlemen and make myself a torta. I'm just going to go fit myself in this torta. And I felt bad because I was deliberating for a full minute. And she saw me. And she looked at me with those eyes seriously, you avoided me on this plane because of my race? And I just looked right back at her. I was like, welcome to the club. Allahu Akbar.
It's Valentine's Day! And whether you're single or not, I'm taking you on a date. Watching implies consent. On Valentine's Day, Americans spend close to $19 billion, or half of Jeff Bezos' divorce settlement. Ooh, love is expensive. $4 billion of this will be spent on jewelry, which is enough to ice the Migos for almost a whole week. That's right, I said the Migos. Currently, the average American spends $162 on Valentine's Day, which is probably more than you're gonna spend, you cheap ass. That's a great stat they put out. I mean, you're gonna have to put out. One study showed that men on average spend $339, while women only spend $64, which is just proof that men are $275 dumber. Should I spend $339 in exchange for $64 and some chocolate? That's an ROI of negative 81%. Sweet! Just proof that a man being in a relationship on Valentine's Day is a textbook bad investment. Now, women's V-Day ROI? 430%! Ding, ding, ding! Valentine's is like tax return day for women. Meanwhile, gay and lesbian couples break even. Now, 15% of partners plan to give gift cards, which may factor into this holiday's 40% spike in calls to divorce lawyers.
And roughly 43 million Americans are expected to receive gifts they do not want this year. Oh, that's sweet. No, never mind. Which means $9.5 billion will be spent on singing telegrams and engagement rings. Ah! Speaking of gifts that nobody wants, every February 14th sees a 5% increase in baby conception, which is, not coincidentally, why it's also National Condom Day. Your heart's not the only thing you don't want to break. Now, about 30% of Americans say they will not be celebrating Valentine's Day this year, which is just proof that 1/3 of America is single, like me, and that's fine. It's totally fine. Before I go, one last heartwarming stat. On this special holiday, honoring romantic love, nearly $1 billion will be spent on gifts for pets, which is adorable because chocolate kills dogs. Happy Valentine's Day!
I be feeling like the man when I walk.
It's like there's a serious thing going on in this country where there's people in this country who are pro-immigration, there's people who are against it. And especially here in California, we live so close to the border, and all sorts of people have opinions on the border wall. And I am going to talk about it for a brief moment. I asked all my Mexican-American friends, I said, what do you think about the border wall? I was actually very surprised. I collected data on this. A lot of my Mexican-American friends are for the wall. A lot are against it, and a lot are actually on the fence right now. I'm sorry. Is that offensive? Or just borderline? You tell me.
I miss the 90s. You remember the 90s, man? What a great era. Everybody agrees. It was just a great, I mean, the mid-90s especially, like right when the internet was just coming out, but it hadn't ruined our lives yet. Yeah. The economy was booming, grunge was raging, Tupac and Biggie were still alive. Bill Clinton was in office, his getting sucked. What better metaphor for the good life than our commander-in-chief getting O's in the OO. He's getting orgasms in the Oval Office. That's a triple O score on Sonic the Hedgehog. But the 90s were amazing. But there was something really critical about that era, and a lot of jokes have been made about the Monica Lewinsky scandal, but nobody's ever pointed out the most flagrant detail. I'm going to share with you all right now. That is the timeline, okay? See, Bill Clinton was getting his dick sucked by Monica Lewinsky from November 1995 to March 1997. Okay, not the whole time. He went home in between, took a break, made sandwiches, regenerated. He's not Superman. Repeat those dates again. November 1995 to March 1997. Do those dates sound shockingly familiar to you? They should, because that is the exact, to a T, exact same time frame as the East Coast, West Coast, Tupac, Biggie Smalls rivalries. That's usually where I walk off stage and just leave forever. But I'll elaborate. November 1995, the shots were first fired. Tupac starts speaking out against Biggie. The war is waged. All right, everything comes to a climax in '96, right before the election, when Tupac dies. Finally, everything comes laid to rest when Biggie Smalls dies in March 1997. That whole exact time, Bill Clinton was in the Oval Office getting his or so he wants you to think. I sometimes leave there as well. But I'll go ahead and I'll explain. He created the perfect alibi, okay? How could two seemingly unrelated events share the exact same timeline? The biggest sex scandal in our history and America's second civil war? I don't think so. No. He had the motive. They were stealing a spotlight right before the election. He had the support. Who is his support? Suge Knight. Why is Suge in jail right now? Because there's another Clinton election going on. They can't have the secrets being leaked. That's what's in the emails. That's what's in the emails. Al Gore knew about the whole damn thing. That's why he created global warming. It was a distraction to keep people's minds away. Monica Lewinsky is not a real person. That's Tipper Gore in a wig. It's your head of the game. That could have never happened. Case in point, how did Hillary forgive Bill? She's a Scorpio. They never forget. And if you don't know, now you know.
It's the Super Bowl! More like super profitable. Americans are expected to spend $15 billion on Super Bowl parties this year. Just enough to pay 6 months' interest on our debt to China, which is where the most affordable NFL jerseys are made. A survey taken by millennials revealed that 26% of us watch Super Bowl for the commercials, while 24% of us watch for the game itself, which means that 50% of us watch for no f***ing reason. Now, if you're an advertiser, $5.6 million will get you 30 seconds of airtime. Per millisecond, that's $187. A killing. Suckers, I made this 2-minute ad for free. It's an ad. Let's get to the meat. On game day, America will consume 1.33 billion chicken wings, leaving 650 million chicken amputees. Damn, that's a hot chick. One can only imagine the Buffalo Wild Wings restroom on Monday. Talk about a Super Bowl cleanup. On the Monday after Super Bowl, pharmacies see a 20% increase in the sale of antacids, or if you're Hispanic, Vicks Vapor Rub.
You could say it. I wrote it. Raider Nation.
The average American will eat 2,400 calories during the game alone, and 6,000 calories over the course of the day, which is half of the Michael Phelps Olympian diet. And most of us aren't even stoned. That's 3,750 more calories a day than we need to live across 327.2 million Americans, which means the extra food we stuff our face with on Super Bowl is enough to end world hunger for, well, 2 days. But still, finish those wings on your plate because there's starving children in the whole world. Yes, I'm talking to you, Charles. Now, winning players of the Super Bowl make $112,000 each, while losing players only make $56,000, which supports the saying, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, aside from the double pay thing. Referees are estimated to make $30,000 to $50,000 during the game, while halftime performers make a confirmed $0. Which from my career experience, sounds about right. Welcome to showbiz, J-Lo. Shouldn't have made that song about your love not costing a thing. And finally, 13 out of the last 15 Super Bowls, the winning team was wearing white. Now, I'm not gonna make any racial implications, but let's just say, it's still safe to bet on white, America.
Not for long, that's it.
Thank you and have a great Super Bowl.
What's up, everybody? This is Samuel Bade. I got jokes for sale. Let's get to it. Okay, so this first one's very family friendly. You could do it like a kid's party. It's very like heartwarming. So growing up, my sister was in Girl Scouts, but we're Middle Eastern, so she was in Brownies. $50 for that one. Great joke, it kills. You don't even have to be brown to tell it. Just Girl Scouts is relatable to everyone. And even if it doesn't work for you, you could just sell it off for $100 and make some money, which is the Girl Scout way. So. Okay, this next one's a little edgy. Like, kind of like, you wouldn't tell this around the families unless they're like cool families. So my two friends are farmers. They own a cane plantation together. They're co-cane farmers. So I'm gonna sell that one for $40. It's not really a one-liner, it's more like a two-liner, but $40 for 2 lines, like that's as good as most cocaine. Trust me. All right, you want something else? Okay. I'm ashamed to admit this, but there was a time where I was anti-vaccine. But then I got health insurance, it was fine. I'll give that one to you for $35, which is the price of most copays in California currently. And just so you know, it's illegal to not have health insurance, so you could actually be sued for telling that joke. But it's worth it. You want more? Tune in next time. I got more jokes for sale.
I got 5 holiday stats for that holiday ass. First up, 90% of Americans celebrate Christmas, which means you have at most a 10% chance of offending somebody by saying, Merry Christmas. On the flip side, a recent study approximates that 80% of Americans think political correctness is a problem, which would suggest you have at least an 80% chance of pissing someone off by saying, Happy Holidays. And if you say nothing, you offend the 50% who are extroverts. So statistically, your best bet is Happy Kwanzaa. Unless you're saying it to an African American, that might come off as racist. Also, if you're gonna say it to an actual racist, that won't go well either. Unless that racist likes irony, in which case, they'll get it. Actually, just stay inside. It's what Jesus should have done. Worst case, 80% get offended at Happy Holidays, 10% get offended at Merry Christmas, and the other 10% just loves being politically correct, which means 100% of Americans have a candy cane up there. And second, the average American gains 1.3 pounds over the holidays, the weight of a newborn baby's head, body not included. To gain a pound, you have to eat 3,500 calories. Times 1.3, that's 4,550 calories, meaning you can eat 1 slice of pie for every time your parents ask you when you're gonna get married to your cousin. Not by blood, by marriage. She's hot. Or spread out over the holiday month, that's an extra 150 calories a day, which is equivalent to 2 candy canes. Suck 'em. 3, the average American spends about $900 on holiday gifts. So if you spend any less than $900, you're basic. Any more than 900, you're extra. This average is way too high. Thanks, Oprah. So I'm doing my part to lower the average by giving out copies of my sitcom pilot. Read it, it's good. 4, studies show that about 85% of 4-year-olds believe that Santa Claus is real, and about 65% of 6-year-olds and 25% of 8-year-olds, which means 100% of kids are stupid. The average kid learns the truth at 7, so 7 is a great age to steal a child. 7 is a great age to steal a child's innocence. 7's it's a great age. Don't let your kid believe in Santa past 8. You're creating a future mall Santa. 5, 75% of American households get a Christmas tree, 80% of which are fake, like my hinge matches. About 30 million trees will be chopped and sold this year. And since a human carbon footprint is balanced by the oxygen of 20 trees, this means Christmas tree sales have about the same environmental impact as giving birth to 1.5 million heavy-breathing babies. Of course, no judgment. I'm just saying if you don't have kids, feel free to chop down a tree. You earned it. And if you do have kids, you now have a good excuse when they ask you why you got a fake-ass tree. And if your kids are under 7, just tell them it's a real tree. 50% chance they believe it. If you celebrate Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you don't, Merry Christmas. And to the rest, Happy Kwanzaa. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go spread some HPV. Holiday puppet ventriloquism. What'd you think?
Go viral.
We got our first black person in the White House, Michelle Obama. You know, we're making strides every day. You know, you got to give America credit. We're a great country considering that we were founded by some of the worst people ever. You know, the explorers who came here first, you know, they took land, they forced themselves on women, and our textbooks will still say, oh, you know, they're just looking for some spices. Spices? Oh, these gents were quite the foodies, huh? Got a little sidetracked on their culinary expedition there, huh? Guys love spices, that's what it is. I never got to my guy for like, hey bro, you want to go to the club tonight? It's 4,000 miles away, we're going to go on a boat. He's like, are there girls there? No, buckets of oregano, huh? Let's go! No, I think spices was code word for side chicks, right? You have to tell your old lady something, they're going to go see these new girls in the new world, right? Mario, where are you going on those boats with the boys? Spices. Like jasmine, rosemary, cocoa, you know? Think about it. Spices are the classic side chick name. We got pepper, ginger, cinnamon. Those are stripper names. Those are stripper names. There's probably a strip club out there called the Spice Rack. I put my money on it. I can imagine the whole marketing plan. Come on down to the Spice Rack tonight. We got dancing cayenne. We got paprika the friga. It's the holiday season. Come see Pumpkin Pie Spice. Take off her cloves, everybody. Oh, yeah. We got white pepper. We got black pepper. We got red pepper, but she always flakes. We got Coriander, who used to be known as cilantro before she got all dried up. And then we got a young mother. This mother looks so young every time the bouncer has to cardamom. Oh, yeah. Tara used to work here, but now Tara gone. But come on down to our dungeon. We got sage in a cage. We got fennel in a kennel. You can find our mail strip of peppercorn on Grindr. The spice rack, a gentleman's club for the pungents, if you know what I mean. So come on down. You'll be busting a nutmeg. You'll be cumin in your pants from parsley, sage, rosemary, and sorry guys, I put too much time into this. As for the foodies.
This story takes place when I was in 8th grade in Baltimore, Maryland. I was happily accepted into the all-state chorus, where myself and 120 of the Maryland's finest young singers would present our talents for all of the state to see. And I told my parents at the time I did not want my sister's boyfriend at the recital because I was 13, hated him, I was just an angry little boy, and they told me I had no control over that. What was I gonna do? And I told them if he shows up, I won't sing. And sure enough, they called my bluff. And when I walked out to that stage that night, I looked into the audience, filled with people, saw my mom, saw my stepdad, saw my sister, and then saw her boyfriend. And that was the moment I knew I had to put my money where my mouth was. So as the choir director opened his arms, as everyone else started to sing, I closed my mouth and stood there smiling as large and evilly as I possibly could, staring directly into the face of my fuming parents, catching the daggers shooting out of their eyes directly back at me. And for 5 whole songs that we had rehearsed to a T for an entire week to perfection, I stood there and did not sing a single word. Because my parents didn't believe that I would do that. And I had to prove to them that they couldn't ever tell me what I was going to or not going to do. And that was proof. Don't fuck with me.
Don't do it.
Don't.
There's 2 types of depression. There's
You think there's only 2?
Traditionally it's
You depressed or you not? Okay. Sometimes you don't know you're depressed until like you come out of a depression and you realize,
and you're
holy
like, whoa,
shit,
I was depressed.
I was severely depressed. I was on a plane and the plane started shaking, like just like that really intense turbulence where you feel like, oh, I might die. And my feeling was just like, meh, well, if I gotta go, I gotta go. And I never had that kind of feeling before, and that's I was like, oh shit, I'm depressed.
Yeah.
I call it the turbulence test. It's the turbulence test for depression.
Funny.
Yeah, like if you're on a plane and it starts shaking
and you care,
and you're like, oh my god, my family, my friends, my pet, you're happy.
Maybe you were enlightened. You reached enlightenment.
Depression is a state of zen because it's kind of like when he asked you, what do you think about happiness? You're like, well, it's fleeting. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a zen to depression.
If you have a friend who has depression, don't be like, do this, try this, do this. Be like, it's okay.
Yes.
Like, just be depressed.
Exactly.
Totally.
Be like, you're enough. Just being. Yesterday I kind of felt depressed and I forced myself to have lunch with someone. Then I forced myself to I'll force myself to be social when I really don't want to be social.
Right.
It is important to be social. Otherwise you get stuck in that mental loop.
Exactly.
Where you just create your own hell.
Well, we human beings are designed to be social creatures. We're supposed to be interacting with other humans. We're supposed to be touching each other. And we live in societies now where we're very isolated. We live in our own homes. We spend all our time on our computers. We're only interacting through social media.
Yeah.
This is actually against the biology that we're supposed to be in. So
And it's against sexual harassment policy too.
Well, that's too.
We're supposed to be touching each other, and she said it.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite online astrologer, Daniel. Now a lot of people didn't know this, but Tupac Shakur was a huge fan of astrology.
Aquariuses, Libras, Leos. Man, they some freaks. Leos is freaks. They always want to run shit in bed. Sagittarius, Taurus. I'm a zodiac fucker. I do you all one at a time.
Is Tupac still alive? Well, the answer is in the signs. So the biggest clue that Tupac left us was that he was a Gemini, aka the twins, hence the 2 in Tupac, because every Gemini has a split personality. Yes, there was actually 2 Pacs, the poetic feminist Pac and...
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Many believe that Pac is still alive, but to live a life in hiding without trying to reach the outside world takes a lot of perseverance, which is proof that he's not alive, since a Gemini can't stick to one course of action. So if he's not alive, who killed him? The night Tupac was murdered, he was with Suge Knight, an Aries Taurus cusp, part ram, part bull, which makes sense because Suge played football for the Los Angeles Rams and is one of the biggest bullies of all time. Suge was born late on April 19th in Compton, which by use of time zones was April 20th in Germany, meaning he shares the same birthday as Hitler, which explains why he's affiliated with so many murders and never got along with Jewish people in the industry. Tupac was shot in 1996 on September 7th and died on the 13th, 7 days, all during a Mercury retrograde, which means extra weird shit can happen, and very likely inside jobs. I have 7 theories that you've never heard before. Theory 1, In-N-Out Burger. On the day of his death, Tupac was spotted at an In-N-Out Burger in Barstow, California by a high school football team from Long Beach. A simple internet search of food poisoning at In-N-Out Barstow reveals case after case of diarrhea and vomiting, symptoms which are known to be deadly when Mercury is in retrograde, like when Jimi Hendrix died from vomiting in a retrograde in 1970. Yup, In-N-Out did Tupac, animal style. Theory number 2, Murder Triangle. Many accuse Suge Knight of hiring someone to kill Tupac, which Suge counters by saying, hey, I got shot at too. But Suge is an Aries Taurus cusp, a bull ram, and thus is someone who is able to burn every bridge possible. So perhaps Suge hired a guy to kill Tupac, but then got into an argument with the guy on the phone like an hour before the murder, called the guy a punk bitch for no reason, hung up, which made the hitman just want to kill Suge too. Or Suge actually instructed the hitman to shoot at him too, in a suicide plot, just like Hitler's. Theory 3, the City of Las Vegas. The City of Las Vegas refused to properly investigate Tupac's murder, making them a huge suspect, to which they say, what would be our motive? We are such an innocent city, Las Vegas. A month before he was shot, Tupac recorded To Live and Die in LA. Las Vegas, who didn't have a slogan at the time, heard about this and said, no, we can't let that slogan win. If Tupac dies in Vegas, that slogan will go away, and then we can launch our slogan, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, just like Tupac's murder mystery. That was their original slogan. The mayor of Vegas felt it was a little too on the nose, so they cut out the last part. Theory 4, Incan astrology. Tupac was named after Incan revolutionary Tupac Amaru, which may have been a clue given to us by his mother to use Incan astrology, which arranges its zodiac signs by insects, where Gemini is a mosquito, which was her way of telling us that, you guessed it, Tupac died of Zika. Theory 5, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, notorious for his sexual misconduct, once made an inappropriate remark to a woman who was very near and dear to Tupac. Pac threatened to expose it during Clinton's '96 election. The mutual contact? Perhaps Jada Pinkett, who's undoubtedly met the Clintons, and see, in this pic, she can't even look Bill in the eye. Also, Tupac had been working with musician George Clinton, and Bill was jealous that he wasn't the Clinton chosen for a jazzy musical duo. So Clinton had Tupac assassinated, and that's what was in the Hillary emails. Theory 6, the Thug Life tattoo. On his 3rd day in the hospital after being shot, Tupac underwent surgery to remove bullets from his lung, where surgeons had to tear through the Thug Life tattoo. Fans of Tupac all know that the Thug Life tattoo was iconic, and when the holy seal is broken, a thug dies. Theory 7, America's favorite, terrorists. Over the years, terrorist leaders and groups like Bin Laden, Al-Qaeda, and ISIS constantly talk about how much they hate the Western world. They'll cite it in each speech they give. The West, the West, the West. Who claimed the West the most? Tupac. 5 years before the World Trade Center in 1996, Tupac was shot late at night September 7th and died late in the day September 13th. What is the midpoint of this? Early morning September 11th, which is right when the doctors reported that his chance of survival dropped from 50% to 20% due to the breaking of the Holy Seal. That's right, 5 years before the Twin Towers, Tupac's death was the first 9/11 attack. And just like they took out 2 towers, they took out 2 Pacs. Okay, bye, I'm Daniel! Hey everybody, it's me, Daniel! Now, most astrologers do Mercury retrograde blog posts right before retrograde, so that when something bad happens, you blame retrograde. It's a typical psychological trick used by frauds in my industry, and that's why people hate astrology and this scarf. But what if I showed you that events from this past retrograde are actually repeating patterns? Then maybe you'd want a scarf of your own. That's right, I'm going to show you a retro in retro. So every retrograde starts and ends with what's called a shadow period, when Mercury slows down in the sky. What does this mean scientifically? Celebrity deaths. This year in the shadow period, we lost Mary Tyler Moore, Don Rickles, Miguel Ferrer, John Hurt, and John Murphy! Yep, the darkness died in the shadow. Last year in the shadow, we lost Muhammad Ali, Gene Wilder, Alan Thicke, Doris Roberts, the legend Justice Scalia, and... I'm sorry, I can't pronounce this symbol. And further back in history, we have Joan Rivers, Paul Walker, Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Bill Cosby's career, Abraham Lincoln, and... I'm Rick James, bitch. Now, I'm recording this video in a shadow on May 16th, and since then, these are the people who died. So the theory checks out. But the good news is, you don't have to be a celebrity to die in a shadow. In fact, if you know people who died, Google the year they died plus Mercury retrograde, and you'll see a strong correlation. And if you don't, it's because you don't know enough dead people. The shadow period can be a time of massive tragedy, like the Boston Marathon bombing, Sandy Hook, Columbine. Also worth mentioning, 9/11 happened inside a shadow. Talk about an inside job. The next phase of retro is called the storm. Here you'll actually have storms, like the tornadoes and floods that happen at the beginning of May. And some of the biggest storms in our history happen in the storm period, like Hurricane Katrina in August 2005 and Hurricane Sandy in October 2012. Now, not all storms happen in storm periods, but these are the celebrities of storms. Another characteristic of the storm period, bombs. On April 13th, we dropped the Moab, the biggest non-nuclear bomb in history. Just like the storm period of August 1945, when the biggest nuclear bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yup, Fat Man, Little Boy, and the mother of all bombs. That's a whole nuclear family. Now, in the middle of retrograde, you'll have what I call classic retro. Here you'll have chaos, such as power outages, like the one in San Francisco on April 21st. And of course, the biggest power outage in history, India on July 30th, 2012, and Pakistan, January 26th, 2015. All of this info is on the internet. What are you doing with your electricity? In classic retro, we get these WTF moments because everything is moving in reverse. Like on April 14th when Aaron Hernandez was found innocent of some murders that he pretty clearly committed. Sound familiar? Guess what? The O.J. Simpson verdict, October 3rd, 1995, also dead center of a retro. So if you kill someone and go to trial, try to schedule the verdict date for the middle of retrograde. You'll get away with murder. Or maybe not. Now, the scariest part of this last retro had to be the looming threat of nuclear war with North Korea. And we haven't had something as intense as this since the Cuban Missile Crisis. Wait, what's that? Also in a retrograde! As soon as Trump and Kim Jong-un go off on each other's hair, it's over. They both have weird hair. Now, astrologers always tell you don't sign any contracts during retrograde. But July 4th, 1776 was in a retrograde. And we turned out all right. Now, if you want to fact check any of the things that I've said today, you can email me at Daniel, that's 111 L's, at gmail, just 1L.com. Okay, bye, I'm Daniel. Hey, everybody, welcome to Jokes for Sale. I'm Samuel Babe. Here's my guest, Paul Elia. Okay, now people often ask me, Paul, what do you do with jokes that you want to retire?
Well, what do you tell them?
I tell them I want to sell them.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe somebody's looking for a joke to buy for a dinner party or impress one of their upcoming dates.
Yeah, I like the little shimmy when you said date.
Yeah, because that's what a date is, right? You got to show them that you're funny.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to sell you the legal rights to my jokes. Paul's going to sell a joke too. I got my lawyer here to make sure all the legal issues are taken care of. So let's get this started. Intern Benita, please bring out the first joke. Thank you so much, Benita. Okay. So this one's very sentimental to me. I wrote it in 2008 during a recession.
Oh man, that's
So it's about my dad. My dad is a gynecologist, but he also works at Noah's Bagels.
Ah.
You should try my pap schmear.
Wow, that is really funny.
$5 for that joke, and if you call now, you'll get this free schmear, half-eaten, from my fridge. It is It expired in February 17th, but the sentimental value is still there. Now, this is a great joke to tell if you're a guy on a date with a girl, you want to impress her and show that you're into women's issues. Pap smear, it's a solid way.
Yeah, it's a great way to get some head, saying a joke like that.
All right, Paul, let's do our second joke. Thank you, Vinita. Thank you, Vinita. This is a great one, Paul, to tell if you are at a dinner party. It really shows that you have artistic taste. I prefer the original Black Keys. Alicia.
You're just giving them away, Sammy.
This one comes with the keys to my house, actually. You get a free LA Fitness pass. You can use it for a week until I report it stolen. Also, if you call within the next 15 minutes, we'll give you Alicia Keys' 2001 album, Songs in A Minor. Wait!
Make sure she's legal.
Sammy, I actually brought my own joke.
Fantastic.
I did.
3 years of vocal training.
So, what's the joke, Paul?
So the joke that I brought is, I had a dog growing up, and my dog was actually an Arab.
You don't say.
Yeah, and my dog would bark like this. Bark, 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 bro, bark.
That is incredible. Oh my, how much are you selling that for?
I'm selling that joke for $9.
$9!
$9, and you know what? I'm in a giving mood. If you buy that joke now, it comes with this free Canadian whiskey.
Wow, I get it, because maple syrup comes from tree bark, right? Wow, that is amazing. So the Arab dog joke for $9 only. This is a great one to tell on airplanes. So, Paul.
Wait! I've got a joke.
Okay, sure, Richie.
My ex-wife was Persian, you know. When she left me, she really pulled the rug out from underneath. I don't want any money for that.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Jokes for Sale. Thank you, Paul, for being our guest today.
Yeah, thanks, Sammy.
Great. So if you like any of the jokes we mentioned, please comment in the comment section. Just tell us which joke you want. Our lawyer will take care of all the fine print.
Get out!
What?
Get out! Out!
Bark.
Hey everybody, it's me, Daniel! Now some people have accused Daniel of being fake news, to which I say, I have the realest sources out there, okay? I do tarot reading, I have a crystal ball, and sometimes I look a chameleon straight in the eyes. This is real. This is all real, okay? Now, some people have been saying that 2016 was the worst year ever, and some disagree. David Duke said that's the best year since 1860. Sometimes American astrology isn't enough, and we need to turn to the astrology of
China,
who says 2016 is the year of the monkey. Ironically, the same year we killed Harambe. Now listen, before you get mad, I know Harambe's not a monkey, but you gotta admit, pretty ironic. This photo was taken of Harambe a few hours before he was shot. He was a loyal Trump supporter and not a fan of children. Very pro-Second Amendment, though didn't own any guns of his own, which was unfortunate. Now, the year of the monkey is characterized by people being easily irritated, suspicious, mischievous, being very naughty, and a year of all-out monkey business. Note that this photo was taken in January 2005, which was also Year of the Monkey. The same year we re-elected George W. Bush, aka Curious George, known for his famous monkey faces. Also worth noting, January 1933 was the Year of the Monkey, when Hitler was appointed Chancellor. Okay, now let's get to the fun stuff. Classic Year of the Monkey babies include Miley Cyrus, Nick Jonas, Vanilla Ice, and these actual monkey babies. Now, many sources in Chinese astrology said that red was a lucky color this year. Now, Trump knew this and used this in his campaign based on his extensive knowledge of
China. I go to China.
Also this year, the mystical Chinese monkey Gaida, known by many as the King of Prophets, even chose Trump, showing that Trump was the vote of 100% of all monkeys given the right to vote in China for American candidates. Now the good news is, if you didn't have a good year of the monkey, the year of the rooster is right around the corner, ready to cockslap you. Also keep in mind that currently Uranus is in retrograde. which might explain why everybody's a little full of shit right now. Now, if you like this video, you can find more information on my blog, daniel.com. That's 4 L's, 3 for my name, 1 for life, daniellife.com. Also, subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/Daniel with 7 L's. Also, search me on Facebook, Daniel, that's 11 L's. Thank you so much. I'm Daniel.
Math is hard, but it's not going away anytime soon. Even if we got rid of math, the world would just fall apart, and there would be aftermath. 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 Aftermath.
Do you need to know Pythagorean theorem? No. I mean, someone needs to know it if you want to live under a roof. Even if you want to live in a box, someone needs to know Pythagorean theorem. Haters will say it's a useless theorem, but personally, I like it when my planes land. Yes, it's about triangles, but not just any. Right triangles only. Which is kind of racist, actually. It's basically right supremacy.
Come on, man, I'm on the guest list.
I'm not saying all right angles are racist, but there are a whole lot of them in a swastika. I'm sorry, are kids gonna watch this? So a right triangle has 2 legs. And just like a human, most often one leg is shorter than the other. For some, it's more noticeable. So you got 2 legs. Let's call them A and B. The length of the ground between your feet, that's C. I can tell you what C is, but only if I know the length of both your legs and if you're standing with them 90 degrees apart, which is very uncomfortable and probably bad for your groin.
Ouch!
That's Pythagorean theorem. Pythagoras probably didn't come up with the theorem on his own. There was a rumor he learned it on a trip to Egypt, which, gee, I wonder what he saw there. Pyramids? You know, they have the pyramids. So yeah, the theorem was probably stolen from Africans, just like rock and roll or vibranium. Vibranium was definitely stolen from Africans. You saw Black Panther. Actually, the first written evidence of the theorem was found in India. And people say, well, Sammy, you just say that because you're Indian. And I'm just like, I'm not Indian. I once had a professor say, so you'd be surprised to know that the first proof of the theorem actually came from China. And I was just like, that doesn't surprise me at all. It's just like everything else. Pythagorean's theorem was made in China. Some even say he stole it from his own students. Whosever theorem it was, Pythagoras was an interesting dude. He had his own cult. Granted, it was 6th century BC, when having a cult was easier. People were just dumber. Or maybe not. I mean, it was a math cult. We still have cults in today's society, but none of them are good at math. So the Pythags had some crazy rules. To join his cult, you had to take a vow of silence for 5 years.
Can I talk yet?
Restart time.
Oh,
Restart again.
He always put on his right shoe first, but he washed his left foot first. He was a vegetarian that didn't eat beans. The man was a contradiction.
ow.
He was the exact kind of lunatic that would get credit for a huge theorem. But the theorem itself is awesome and really easy to remember. May I? Okay, so you have ABC, like the alphabet. You know ABC, easiest 1, 2, 3. You know the alphabet, right? Okay, so it's an equation, so the equal sign has to go somewhere, so let's put that here. And then it involves addition, so you have to have a plus sign. Let's put that here. And then the last thing you just have to remember is that this is all for squares. So you just square each term. And that's exactly how I taught it to my class of 6th graders. It's also why I got fired. But I had to leave my teaching job. I'm not supposed to talk about this publicly, but there was another teacher at the school who had a crush on me, but she had a husband. It was a love triangle, and it was not right. But she was a cutie, and so was he. When can a normal person actually use this theorem? Great question. Probably never. I mean, maybe if you're buying a TV and they gave you the diagonal length and you want to know if it fits in your shelf, sure, but you'd have to already know the height or width, so why would that happen? You know what I'm saying?
Math textbooks love to pretend like the theorem is actually useful. If Jane is 3 miles west of you and Bob is 4 miles north, how many miles between them? First of all, I don't have any friends named Jane or Bob. This isn't the 20s. And it's none of my business how far apart they are from each other. That's their business. What am I, stalking them? We all have GPS. And the GPS works because someone knows Pythagorean theorem. So why then does the education system make it seem like triangles are so important? 2 words: the Illuminati. The Illuminati wants to establish a rule of 3s so that everybody thinks in triplets. But 3 is an inherently unstable number. It's odd. Think about it. Third wheel, love triangle, 3's a crowd. 3 is chaos. And as long as they can keep their chaos intact, they can maintain their world order. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Menage a trois? That never ends well. Trust me. It cost me my job. Also, I stole some mugs from the teacher's lounge.
I'm gonna be honest, I keep it 100. You know what I'm saying?
Sammy, you're cheating. Alex, look. Alex, look back. Alex, look at Sammy. Alex, look back. That's so funny.
Hey, this is Samuel Bate, and welcome to Figure Blast, the show that pleases you using only its figures. Oh my god, provided you consent, of course. The gender pay gap. The only gap worse than Gap Kids. Now, I'm a feminist, because I get more action when I say that, and I believe in equality for men and women. Can I like both? = in 80085? Am I right, ladies? Please welcome senior Figure Blast analyst, Fizza Dosani.
You scared, bro?
Was she there the whole time? So, Fizza, what's the most current
79! Women make 79 cents for every man's dollar!
Why are you yelling?
Oh, the prompter is all caps.
Oh.
And I'm mad! It's 2019. The US is ranked 28th in gender pay equality, but first in same-day shipping? Amazon Prime us that, Jeff.
So, what country has the lowest gap?
Iceland. But that's mostly because of Bjork. But this 21% isn't the real gap. It's the raw gap.
Sashimi.
It's the ratio of women's median earnings to men's median earnings.
Oh, that doesn't sound as sexy.
Meaning, the average Jane makes 79% as much as the average Joe.
White names.
The average Priyanka makes 79% as much as the average Deepak. Keeping up with the Chopras. Did you know that women on average live 5 years longer than men?
I do now.
So per years alive, women actually make 74 cents on the dollar. And 5 years of living longer means higher inflation.
Oh yeah, inflation's a BR.
It's a what?
It's bad. Inflation's bad.
So, adjusted for time and inflation, women make 73.5 cents.
Okay, but then shouldn't we adjust for weight? Because men on average weigh 16% more than women, and that takes more calories to sustain, so the time and mass adjusted gap would be 12.42 cents.
Nice one, Palestinian. Did you know that a woman is 100% of a human being?
Well, that was body shaming.
Nah, son, figure shaming. You wanna talk mass? The average woman gets pregnant 1.86 times at 30 pounds of weight gain each time. Let's say an average of 15 extra pounds over 9 months, plus postpartum retention averages 2 years, plus the weight from the 5 extra years that we live, pushing the gap back to 18.3 cents. Plus, 94% of employers don't pay maternity leave, so if we factor in those losses of work hours to sacrifice for a job we don't get paid for, and finally her water breaks, and you know what happens then?
What?
More non-paid labor. It's true, pregnancy stretches the gap.
Yikes.
Then there's the motherhood penalty.
Ooh, moms are bad.
Which is hard to quantify, so I'll let you off the hook for that one.
Thank God.
But there is the pink tax.
Ooh, that sounds
horrible. Data shows that each woman pays an extra 1.3 grand a year because products marketed to us cost 13% more than the ones for men in personal care, fashion, and women even pay more for student loans because of the interest accrued from taking longer to pay them.
Why does it take women longer to pay them?
The gap! The gap, bro! The gap! So scaled to time, mass, opportunity cost, and purchasing power, the real gap is And this does not even include reparations.
Well, that's all the time we have today.
Want to talk about race?
Not particularly.
Black women make 62% of what the white man makes, and Hispanic women make 54%.
What about Asian American women?
Oh, we're actually doing all right. 90 cents for every white man's dollar. That's why there's so many white guy Asian women relationships.
Ah, they both shop at Whole Foods. So how do we change all this?
Transparency. Tell people what you make. Ask people what they make. Talk about these figures. Figure blast people and keep figuring them and figuring them and figuring them and figuring them until we reach the big O.
And tell them we're getting paid equally for this.
Yeah, because we're both getting paid zero.
And that's equality!
Yes. Hey, I just realized I'm only getting paid 54% of what you are.
Yeah, because 54% of 0 is 0.
Yeah, and I'm only getting 62% of that. You crazy rich Asian mother better pay up.
Hey, you paid me 100% of $0. Let's get them!
Take that, you Palestinian!
Smash the patriarchy! Ow! Oh! And give us the right to vote.
Hey, this is Sammy Obeid, and welcome to Figure Blast, the show that Spencer on YouTube says sucks complete ass. Yes, complete. Meaning when we start a job, we get it done. Ain't no half-ass sucking around here, Spencer. The Fountain of Youth. Does it exist outside of CGI? Our society is obsessed with looking younger, feeling younger. Basically, everyone wants to be a full-blown 5-year-old. Kind of like Spencer. Should I do Botox, eat kale, or just feel good about how I look now by using the Old Face app? Well, there's one thing you haven't done yet, and that's the f***ing math. Fact, human adults are anywhere from 55 to 70% water, averaging close to 60%. But as you get older, your body water declines to 40 to 50%. That's why older people look like they went through a dehydration process. And then babies are like 80% water, like little water balloons. You just throw them. That's why they're always sniffling and slobbering. Little water machines, these babies. And then, of course, before that, we come from pure fluids, if you know what I mean. So really, aging is just drying. And drying is dying. So the secret to staying young is simple. Just drink more water and hold your pee. Drink more water, hold your pee. Drink more water, hold your pee. Isn't that crazy? The fountain of youth is just the fountain. Drink more water, hold your pee. You ever notice as you get older, you get up in the middle of the night to go pee more? That's your bladder trying to f***ing kill you. Stop it. Kegel. Drink more water, hold your pee. Kegel. Drink more water, hold your pee. Kegel. 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 You sweat a lot? Stop it. That's not good. Fact. The average adult loses 3 liters of water a day. But how much water do they tell us to drink a day? Only 2 liters. Well, that's strange. Where's that extra liter? Why are they cheating us out of a liter? I'll tell you why. It's because the government wants you to die early so they can collect that Social Security. Yeah, the government's corrupt, the Illuminati's real, and 9/11 was an inside job. And Tupac is dead. Is this making you sad? Don't cry, that's gonna make it worse. Do you like to have sex? Sex, you're losing fluids in all directions. You can wear 10 condoms, but if you aren't chugging water, that sex ain't safe. The worst STD? Sexually transmitted dehydration. That's why it's called being thirsty. According to the World Health Organization, the average male ejaculate is 3.7 milliliters, just shy of a teaspoon. Let's call it a low teaspoon. But the average adult male only has 53 liters of water, so if you do the math, JK, I did it for you, that's about 14,000 loads until you die. So if you once a day, that's 39 years until you're dead. One study estimates that the average male ejaculates 4.2 times a week, which gives you 65 years of pleasure. So if you start getting busy at the normal age of 13, that puts you to death at 78, which is life expectancy, so the theory checks out. I started at 12. Every ejaculation brings you closer to the finish line. That's why when you say, "I'm coming," you're talking to death. Meanwhile, the average female ejaculate is 2 fluid ounces. Way more, but still allowed by TSA. But the average woman has only 42 liters, meaning only about 700 big O's until you gots to goes. So if someone can't make you come, they're actually sparing you. You're welcome, Sarah. You thought the gender pay gap was bad? Pfft, look at the O gap. I know this isn't fair, but if you drink water, you can come as many times as you want, because water promotes equality. It's gender fluid. Drink 3 liters a day! Except you, Spencer.
I gotta pee.
Wow, that was a good piss. Well, now I'm thirsty. Hey, I got 3 f***s left.
Oh, yeah? I got 699, jackass.
Hey, this is Sammy Obeid, and welcome to Figure Blast, your grandma's favorite show. And I know that because I was with her last night. On the phone, we talked. Yeah, summer's in full swing, and it's the perfect time to plan a trip to the beach, throw a pool party, or wonder if you're gonna die alone. That's right, it's wedding season! In fact, data from the Wedding Industrial Complex shows that May through October are the prime months for tying the noose.
It's not.
Tying the knot. Notice that wedding bookings peak in October and are lowest in January. Maybe related to temperature? No, the curves don't really match, but I did pull some data on an American's average weight throughout the year. Notice that we all shed pounds during the summer months and then we splurge it back over the holidays so that we never really change who we are. Now, merging both graphs together, we see that people are more likely to get married when they are thinner. Whoa, is that a thigh gap? Let's fill it with a life partner. This is mathematical proof of why people get married and gain weight instantly. Marry in January. Not only is it cheaper, but your partner has vows to exercise and is less likely to run. Now, if you're recently married and don't think this data is accurate, let us evaluate. Email mathzaddy@figureblasted.com with your wedding date and send recent pics. Now, if you're anything like everyone at my high school, you're probably asking yourself, when am I gonna get married? Of course, if you're asking this and you're already married, shame on you. But statistically, you're 1 out of 2 married people, so it's fine. Now, there's currently no mathematical model to predict when you'll get married. Aside from BuzzFeed's, we can predict when you'll get married with 95% accuracy if you pick your dream celebrity maid of honor and best man duo. Thanks, BuzzFeed. This is really helpful. I picked Beyonce Gosling and it just told me no. Don't you wish there was a mathematical model that predicts when you're gonna get married? I don't, because I just made one. For all you lonelies out there, here's some tips on how to get married sooner. Let's go! Tip 1, be a woman. The median age for marriage for women is 27, but for men it's 29. So just by being a woman, you increase your chances of getting married sooner to a creepy 29-year-old guy. Of course, gender is a spectrum, but wedding dates are a finite number, girl. Tip 2, move to Utah. Here's a map of the United States by median age of marriage, of which Utah is the lowest. Surprise! Why waste your 20s on being single when you can get married right now in Utah? Get off Bumble and go straight to the Beehive State. Or, in a close second, the state right above it. You know the saying, don't be a hoe, go to Idaho. If you're in even more of a rush, move to Chad, where mean age of marriage is 19 and a half. And it doesn't help that the country has both the name and shape of a college boy. I know, adolescent marriage is not a joke, but Chad also has the world's lowest life expectancy, 50.6. So, in their defense, they gotta hurry up. That said, if you want to whore around for a while, New York City! Yes, the Big Apple is full of seed. Tied with Massachusetts, because not getting married is the new American Revolution. Not ready to park your car in the garage so you park it in the backyard because you're a wicked smart. I'll stop. And pretty much all the northeastern states, making New England the slutty region of the US. How about that clam chowder? Ooh, and if you want to be a super whore, move to Sweden. Highest average marriage age in the world, 35, because they know that's how old you have to be to responsibly put together an IKEA chair. And of course, if you want to be a playa for life, get you to Antarctica, the continent of cold feet. That's why all penguins walk like pimps. Pro tip number 3. Don't go to college. I know, but it's so inexpensive. If you're itching to get married, avoid acquiring knowledge at all costs. It is the death to young marriage age. If you want to be single for life, get a PhD, which stands for Playa Haters Domesticate. Tip 4, visit Vegas as much as possible. The rate of marriage in Nevada is 4 times the national average. So just by being in Vegas, you quadruple your chances of getting married to a high quality prostitute. High quality person. And finally, the most important tip, settle. In a recent survey, it was revealed that the most common reason people don't get married is that they haven't found the right person. But by simply accepting the person you're with right now as they are, you nearly double your chances of getting married. Sure, they may be unemployed or don't smell ideal or they tell really bad dad jokes. But you know what's worse? A few extra years of living in the sheer agony of not being married. Plus, nothing bad has ever come from settling. And note, all of this data is for your first marriage. For second, third, fourth, sky's the limit, baby. Just ask most celebrities. So, in sum, here's how to predict when you'll get married. Find your location on this map. Subtract 1 if you're female, add 1 if you're male. Add 2.5 if you went to college, subtract 2.5 if you did not. Subtract 2 if you're headed to Vegas this weekend, add 5 if you're not willing to settle. If you are willing to settle, the answer is your current age. Take that, BuzzFeed! And trust me, I have no stake in this. I'm never getting married because I'm a mathematician and we only do models.
Hey, boo. Hey, Matt Sadie. This grandma is ready to get figure blasted.
Who the f*** are you talking to now?
What the f*** business is it of yours?
Really? We shouldn't have gone to Vegas 60 years ago.
That was a gamble I lost.
I shouldn't have left New York.
I shouldn't have left Massachusetts.
I could have gotten a PhD.
You couldn't get past
Oh,
kindergarten.
really?
Oh,
really?
really?
I shouldn't have settled, bitch. What are you doing? God damn it, that hurts. I'm gonna move to Utah.
Try Antarctica.
Oh, f*** you.
Hey, I'm Sammy Obeid, and this is Figure Blast, the show with no political agenda, just numbers and fun. Now, if you're a hard-working American, like myself, and you pay all of your taxes like my accountant Jeff, you've probably asked yourself this very simple question. How long do I need to live in order to break even on my Social Security payments so that I can know when to die and not lose money off the American government? Yeah? Never asked it? Okay, for those of you still living in the Great Depression, Social Security is a loan to your future self, where Uncle Sam holds the money just in case you die, in which case he keeps it and spends it on roads, postal workers, and wars. Super casual. So if you know your yearly income and your retirement age, you can calculate this on your own, but why would you do that when you have me? So the average American works about 40 years in their life. Ugh, can you imagine? And pays about $3,000 a year in Social Security taxes. Yikes. Which over your lifetime is $120,000. The price of 7 used Honda Civics, or a house in Little Rock, Arkansas. Or 7 houses if you live in a Honda Civic, like I do temporarily. It's LX, thanks Dad. Currently, the median age of retirement is 62, which is also my upper limit on Bumble. And the average Social Security benefit pays $1,461 a month, which is about $17.5K a year, a salaried El Pollo Loco, which if you've never been, it's like Los Pollos Hermanos, but with more drugs. So how many years of making $17.5K will add up to your $120K? Or basically, how many years do you have to work at El Pollo Loco to afford 7 used Honda Civics? Which is the world's saddest word problem. Is everyone still following? Or is this show too divisive? About 7 years is what it takes to break even on Social Security paychecks. So if you retire at 62, the magic age you have to live to is... 69 is the magic age, because once you've pleased the government pleases you. You can go ahead and buy the bumper sticker on my website. I live to 69. What? I'm promoting longevity. 69 is the year you break even, so you're still mildly in the red. You're in the pink. What? The show's called Figure Blast. Now, of course, if you live longer, you're making money. In fact, life expectancy in America is 78. Considering our obesity rates, let's go ahead and pat ourselves on the back fat. Breaking news, the average American collects Social Security checks for a sweet 16 years. It's like a second job where quitting is dying. At 17.5K a year, that's $280K. The price of 16.5 Honda Civics. Still used, don't get greedy. But since you spent $120K on the tax payments, your actual profit is $160,000, which you just made off the US government, you filthy leech. This is why people come to America. You get paid $160,000 just for being average. That's one expensive participation award. And for the record, I'm above average. Now, I know some of you data trolls out there are gonna be like, actually, retirement age is increasing, Social Security payments are going up, you didn't factor in the time value of money, who even knows what's gonna happen in this economy? To which I say, calm down. My calculations are an extrapolation of current data, nerd. If you want to solve for future amounts using different variables, go ahead and do it as a homework problem. Bet you won't, you lazy sack. Share this video and I'll make my point clear. According to the most current of data, you most likely have $160,000 waiting for you just for being you. If that doesn't make you smile,
because you probably don't have teeth. $160,000, which you can use to finally pay off that college debt. You feel that? You just got figure blasted. Can you grab that? I borrowed that from someone.
Where is he? I said, where the is my money, Sam? Oh, there it is.
My parents don't have accents, which really sucks for comedy, because accents are comedy gold, you know? Ethnic parents with no accent is like a diversity training video. It's boring. If I were to put my mom in a joke, I'm like, hey, Mom. She's like, hey, Sam. I'm like, get out of here. This is embarrassing me. Even worse, they support my comedy career. How disgusting is that? I'm like, hey, Dad, you want me to be a doctor, right? He's like, no, Sam, this is America. You can do whatever you want. Damn it, Dad! Where's my struggle? Hey, Grandma. Hello, Sammy. That's what I'm talking about, Grandma. Yes! Wait, say Trader Joe's. Trader Joe. Oh, beautiful. That's going in a joke. That's how she says it. Woo!
This is Sammy Obeid, full-time comedian, one-time hand model, and most importantly, former math teacher. Math teacher.
Math teacher. Math teacher. Math teacher.
You know what they say about math teachers? Zero.
Damn!
Don't worry, I'll do all the work. The more college you do, the less profitable it becomes. Sort of like making Saw movies. This is why I love math. If it feels like too much, it probably is.
Am I gonna get college credit for this?
No.
Okay, so this story is about how I went to a barbecue at Sean Penn's house. This was during, it was like 2011, audition for We Bought a Zoo. And I remember a bunch of comics were auditioning. I remember thinking, like, you would see people in the room like, oh man, I saw this dude on Last Comic Stand, and this guy was this guy or whatever. And I remember I got past the audition, and I got a call back. I went in, it was like Cameron Crowe in the room, and he's like, God, there were no lines. I remember it was a lot of improv. Like pretend like Matt Damon just fell down. It's like, Matt Damon. Not like that, but like, you know, something better. But yeah, I ended up getting the part. It was awesome, because I was just like, this was like my first Hollywood experience. And the movie was huge. It had like Scarlett Johansson and Matt Damon, and it's like, they're all friggin' huge people. And I was out of my element, but I was in these cool situations. Like, I remember one time, they wanted, it was like towards the end of filming, and they wanted to have a barbecue. And they were like, we'll do it on the zoo, you know, the set. And then like, Fox or whoever was like, no, you can't do that, because like liability or something. Like, if someone like falls in the fire, they can sue Fox, and then they'll get all the Simpsons money. I don't know how it works, but yeah, they were like, you can't do this on set. So Scarlett Johansson was like, we should go do it at Sean Penn's house and have a barbecue. And I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy, man. I'm going to Sean Penn's house. So I go there, and it's like this place in Malibu. It's like, bro, it's like what you see on TV. Just those, you're like, wow. I mean, this is like rich fucking territory right here. So I go in, and everyone's there. Everyone's all famous. Everyone has done something. Even the not famous people that you don't recognize, they're like, oh, that's the head of, that guy made all the Disney music you like. Or that guy animated Mufasa or some shit. It's all like, everyone's got some. And I don't have anything, so I'm just hanging out in the kitchen, my own business, like eating some chips and dip. And then he like, Sean Penn, he's like, what's with this guy's hair? And like, everyone kind of looks. And I'm like, oh man. He's like, what year's your hair from? And I'm like, 2011, whatever year it is. And he's like, Jerry Garcia, man. And I'm like, you know, I like my hair. And he gets up, and he's got a cigarette, and he like runs at me. He comes at me, he's like, "You've got good features. Take 2 inches off the top." And he said that, and weird little story. It's like, wow. Sean Penn told me to take 2 inches off the top. I got good features. And I did. And it led to success.
Did it really?
I'm here with you now. You tell me.
Good point.